Okay guys, I'm headed back. I'm on my way out, and I'm gonna let y'all follow me down the trail. Show you some of the scenery. Hey butterfly. Listen guys, I cannot tell you what this has done to increase my energy. I feel like my energy is just soaring right now, just from being out here. My vibrations are high, just from being out here in the raw energy of nature. You know, it's just so, it just feels so normal, you know, it's so natural. So, once again, I just want to encourage you guys to get out in nature. Find you a place next to the water, in the woods, and get out and breathe in the fresh air. Take in the raw energy of your natural surroundings. You'll feel a whole lot better. If you want to do something for your Morgellons, get out in nature. Find you a place like this. Be surprised how it uplifts you. If you got cancer and you're able to get around, get out in nature. Go to a place like this. Okay? I mean, you'd be surprised what it'll do for you. And I guarantee you, you make one trip to a place like this, look at this, oh, then you're going to want to come back. You will want to come back, and I am planning to spend a lot of time here this summer. I am. Now I got a big drop off here, so I'm going to have to jump. Or maybe I'll slide down there. That big tree root right there. That big uprooted tree right there. Next to the water here. And that big tree. Look at that. I remember a story about a guy who was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. I read that story a long time ago, and it's always just stuck with me because it was so amazing. Anyway, he was diagnosed, he got a diagnosis from his doctor that he had pancreatic cancer. And I know y'all know about that. Very few people survive that. As a matter of fact, the chemo that you have to take, I've never known anybody that survived the chemo. I mean, you guys may know somebody that has, but I don't. Everybody that I've ever known that had cancer and took chemo always end up dying. But anyway, he knew what to expect. Hold up, I gotta climb up this hill. See if I can get up here without falling. But anyway, he knew what to expect. He knew the doctor was gonna recommend the chemo. And he knew that he had just been given a death sentence, pretty much. So, he rejected the chemo. He said, no, I don't want chemo. If I'm dying, let me die. I don't want to prolong it. I don't want to draw it out and suffer no longer than I have to. So he accepted his death sentence. He accepted his death sentence, and he literally abandoned his family. He left his family, and I know that sounds terrible, but listen, until you're in a situation like that, where you get a death sentence, you never know what goes through people's minds, you know, or what they might be thinking, or you can't judge them for their mental and emotional states that they're in when they go through something like that. So anyway, he basically abandoned his family and he moved to the creek bank. He said, if I'm going to die, I want to die somewhere where I grew up. I want to die somewhere that I love. So he went to the creek bank. He moved to the creek bank, took him a tent, and he took nothing, no food at all. He actually went on a fast. He took nothing but water, bottled water. I think he said he took like 100 gallons of water. But anyway, just bottles of water. And he moved to the creek bank and he stayed there. His family didn't even know where he had gone. But anyway, he stayed there for like 30 days with no food. And he said, all I did was drink water and meditated. He said, I knew how to meditate and I knew how to go within. And he said, honestly, at this point, there was nothing out here in the world that could help me anymore. There was nothing out here that I could put my trust in. So he said, I went within, I went inside myself and I started meditating. He stayed on the creek bank for 30 days with no food, nothing but water, never left. And then somebody found him. Somebody stumbled upon him and asked him what he was doing it. And he told him, he said, well, I'm dying. I'm dying. And they told him, they said, well, you don't look like you're dying to me. I mean, you look like you're thriving pretty well, you know. And they couldn't believe he'd just been living off of water. And he said, well, it's only been 30 days. So his family found out where he was, and I think they started bringing him food. But he stayed out there another 60 days on the creek bank. And with this water, and I think he said his family was bringing him stuff to eat. But anyway, they understood, his family understood this was something that he needed to do. He had made up his mind he was going to die there, so they let him have his wish. But what happened was, he lived, okay? He survived. He got out of that toxic environment inside his home. He got away from those toxic electronics and the radiation and the microwaves. The EMFs. He got away from all that and he moved to the woods, to the creek bank, and he survived. And I think he's alive today. But that just goes to show you folks where your roots really are. You know, we are part of nature. Everyone is one. Everything is one. We're all connected. And if you're sick with anything and you know how to go inside yourself and meditate and make your connection with God and just go back to your natural environments around you, you got a good chance of surviving, okay? You do. Especially when you got God with you, when you got that connection with God. I mean, think about it, folks. Look at this tree. I love this tree right here. When you got God, you got a chance, okay? You got a chance. Anyway, let's get back on the trail. I still can't believe there's no people out here. Nothing. Nobody. In my younger days, you couldn't get out here on this place on the weekend without a crowd of people out here. People be swimming in the creek, floating the creek, having picnics. Some people down here drinking beer and stuff and fishing. I mean, it was always crowded, but look at it now, it's abandoned. People have abandoned the creek. They've literally abandoned it because they've got so much to do. They've got so many other things that are much more important to do, like stay on your computer and your phone, and watch TV. I gotta go under this tree, which is no problem. But I want to show it to y'all. This tree is always, this tree's always been here. I mean, I always remember it being here. Actually, I don't go under it. I just kind of slide over it. Like this, just slide over it. And this tree's like it's always been here, you know? It's like, not a lot has changed. Not a lot has changed. It's grown up a lot, but that's to be expected. I'm going to try not to talk so much and just let y'all take everything in. This is, I think this is where we used to put in right here to go swimming. And we also used to carry our canoe down here. We used to bring our canoe right down here and put it in the water. And then go down the river, go down the creek. Put it up here. Show you guys this. I think y'all can see this. I can hear the cars now going over the bridge, so we're getting close to the end. Somebody's got a chair down here. I guess they're probably sitting. Somebody's been coming down here and sitting. I see some fishing tackle. So it looks like somebody's been sitting right there. I guess there must be some people still coming down here. And there's the bridge. There's the bridge, folks. This is the end of the trail. Look here, somebody's carved something in the tree. C it plus P. Who knows? Somebody's been hanging out down here. Okay, this is the end of the trail, folks. Thank you guys for going on this nature trip with me. Once again, I want to encourage you to get out in nature, find the water, find the elements of the universe and take them in and raise your vibrations, okay? This is Black Creek, April 30th, 2022. Love you guys.